Have you ever felt that real tension, between needing to jump in and act, but also feeling you need to wait? That
Yeah,
kind of push and pull between what you can see right there, plain as day, and, well, maybe something else moving, unseen.
absolutely. That feeling is pretty central to what we're diving into today.
Yeah, today's deep dive has some really incredible insights into navigating exactly that space.
We're looking at a fascinating mix, aren't we?
Yeah.
Daily astrology, some deep runic wisdom from the tarot, and this really evocative story.
Exactly. It all comes from Astrological and Tarot, Patience in Motion for September 14th, 2025, provided by Tarot by High C.
Right, we're drawing on their astrology of the day, the TarotScope, and the StoryScope.
And just a quick note, if you want to check out more from High C or maybe book a reading, you can find them at tarotbyhick.net.
So our mission really is to unpack all these layers.
Yeah, to see how these cosmic vibes and ancient symbols kind of mesh together to guide us through a day that, look, it might feel challenging.
But holds this promise of quiet progress underneath it all.
We're going to explore what patience in motion truly means and how to trust those seeds that are ripening just out of sight.
And for you listening, the goal here is to get a clear handle on maybe dealing with information overload, understanding those subtle nudges.
And finding those aha moments, right? So navigating a complex day feels less overwhelming, maybe even more purposeful.
Definitely. And what's really striking is how the core theme jumps out right away.
From the TarotScope.
Yeah, it starts with this powerful message.
Huh?
Age, patience in motion, trusting the unseen seed.
Okay.
It acknowledges that the day could very well start with some tension, or you just feeling your limits really sharply.
Right, that awareness of boundaries.
And this is key. It also promises that movement, support, they are possible if you stay aligned and, well, patient.
It's not about doing nothing then. It's about figuring out how to move.
That is such a vital distinction, isn't it? It's not passive waiting.
Right, it's active patience. But okay, if you're feeling limited, how do you know if you're just waiting around? Or if there's actually, something hidden? Some bigger force influencing things?
And that's where the reading goes deeper. It points directly to something hidden playing a role. Could be fate, could be synchronicity.
Or even your own subconscious stuff.
Exactly. Subconscious patterns. It's basically saying, look beyond the obvious.
Okay.
And by the end of the day, this energy leads towards containment and ripening.
Containment and ripening. Sounds promising.
It really is. It's this assurance that whatever you're working on, whatever feels tough or blocked right now, it's actually seeding something fertile and whole.
Wow. Like the struggle itself is productive.
Precisely. It's like the universe whispering, this isn't pointless.
Mhm.
This is the gestation period. You're preparing the ground for something amazing, even if you can't see the roots yet.
So that core tension I mentioned feeling blocked versus that quiet movement underneath.
That's the invitation. Lean into the active patience. Trust the process you can't fully see.
Okay, that really frames it well. So keeping that theme, patience in motion, in mind, let's get into the cosmic rhythm for September 14th. The astrology of the day. Looks like the morning kicks off pretty mentally active. Gemini moon squaring the sun.
Exactly. And a square in astrology, it often signals tension, right? A need to reconcile two different energies.
Okay.
Here, it's your conscious drive, the sun, and your inner emotional world, the moon, both buzzing in Gemini, which is all about communication and thinking.
So they're kind of arguing.
A little bit, yeah. It pushes for a mental release, a need to let go of old ideas, maybe outdated ways of talking about things. It's like your inner and outer selves are saying, time to clear out some clutter.
And then right on top of that, the Gemini moon also squares Mercury. That sounds like double the mental friction.
It is. Especially since Mercury is also in Gemini. So your thoughts and emotions are having a very lively, maybe even confusing chat.
Yeah.
It can bring confusion or conflicting information. You really need to sort through facts versus assumptions. It's a busy mental start, lots of potential static.
Okay, so that's a lot first thing in the morning. How do you practically navigate that, all that conflicting info and mental release without just, spinning out?
Great question. And the astrology does offer help, showing how to use that active patience. While you need to sort the mental stuff, the morning also brings positive shifts.
Ah, good.
The Gemini moon then sextiles Venus. Now, a sextile is different from a square. It's more like an opportunity, an easy flow.
Right, like a helping hand.
Exactly. So as you're clearing your head, there's this nice opening for more harmonious conversations and relationships. Connecting becomes easier after you do that mental sorting.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
So not just confusion.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's even potential for action, too.
Absolutely. Then the Gemini moon trines Mars. A trine is like getting a supportive push, a tailwind.
Nice.
This aspect gives you the energy and courage needed to take action on insights gained. So, yes, there's that initial mental hurdle, but then you get opportunities for clarity and the energy to act on it if you approach it mindfully.
So you're not meant to just stew in the confusion.
No, you get the tools to move forward from the clarity you find.
But then, okay, moving into the afternoon, things seem to shift again. That Gemini moon squares Saturn. And the description says mental blocks, negative thinking, communication restrictions. Oof, that sounds like hitting a wall after the morning's activity.
It can certainly feel like that, yeah. Saturn brings the reality check, the boundaries. Its square to the moon in Gemini can feel like, bam, mental roadblock. Or suddenly it's hard to say what you mean.
So that connects back to the limits we talked about.
Directly. It links right into that broader theme of accepting limitations. It might be a moment where the universe gently, or maybe not so gently, suggests you pause, reassess, work with the constraints, not just bash against them.
Like water pooling behind a dam, finding a new way.
That's a perfect image. It gathers strength or finds an alternative route.
And then, winding down, nighttime, the moon moves into Cancer and squares Neptune. Potential for confusion, illusions, or overly idealistic thinking. Okay, so more potential confusion.
It can be, yeah. Neptune is creativity, inspiration, spirituality, but also illusion and fog.
Right.
When the emotional Cancer moon squares Neptune, it can definitely blur the lines. Is this a brilliant intuition or just wishful thinking?
So, given that potential slipperiness in the evening, how do you tell the difference? How do you stay grounded?
It really highlights the need to verify things, to stay grounded. If an idea feels just too good to be true, or maybe it's super vague,
Yeah.
probably best to pause, get more information. Don't jump into action based on a feeling alone, maybe.
I check the details.
Exactly. That line between genuine inspiration and, well, delusion can be thin with Neptune. So overall, the astrologist of the day really hammers home the need for discernment, letting go mentally, acting strategically, but always, always within that frame of patience.
It's a dynamic day, needing mental agility but also a steady hand.
You got it.
Okay, so we've mapped out this astrological landscape, the mental shifts, the need for discernment. How do the runes, these ancient symbols from the TarotScope, kind of echo or maybe amplify this, especially that core idea of patience in motion?
That's a perfect segue. Because if astrology gives us the daily rhythm, the runes tap into the deeper archetypal currents. They really ground that feeling of navigating unseen forces.
Okay.
We've got 4 runes today,
Right.
Nadi Tri Z, then Ihwazi, Perthro, and finally Ingzwa.
All right, starting with now H.
Nadi Despi speaks directly to those pressures, those Gemini squares we talked about. It literally means need or constraint. It represents pressures, challenges, or a sense of urgency.
That feeling that you can't do everything at once.
Precisely. Not everything can unfold at once.
Yeah.
But what's really profound about Naudis isn't just the hardship. It's how it forces this kind of radical audit of your priorities.
How so?
The pressure itself, the friction, it strips away the non-essential. It reveals what's truly bedrock for you. It clarifies through discomfort.
Clarity through discomfort. That's powerful. But when you're feeling that pressure, how do you lean into the clarity part instead of just feeling, crushed by the constraint?
It's about understanding the purpose of the constraint. It's real, yes, but it's sharpening your focus on what actually matters. It's uncomfortable, definitely, but clarifying. Think of trying to push something big through a narrow opening.
Yeah.
The narrowness shows you exactly what needs to be adjusted, or maybe what parts aren't essential to get through. That's Nadis at work.
Got it. Okay, then comes Ihwazi. This sounds a bit more hopeful after that intensity. Movement and support despite constraint.
Exactly. Iwaz says, we are not stuck. There's potential for progress, usually through cooperation, trust, or finding the right rhythm, aligning with the right person or tool, or even just your own internal flow.
I love the analogy in the source. The horse moves, but only when rider and steed are attuned. Slowly but steadily move forward.
It captures Iwaz perfectly, doesn't it? It's about synergy, alignment, finding the flow that allows progress even when the path is tight. You're not forcing, you're moving with something supportive.
That active patience again.
Right. Discerning the right way to move, not just waiting. Like a skilled dancer finding space on a crowded floor. They aren't shoving, they're gliding through the gaps, sensing the rhythm.
So how do we spot that supportive rhythm or recognize the right horse when things feel tight?
Often it's about listening, internally and externally. After Nod his clarifies what's essential, Iwaz asks you to look for natural cooperation. Is someone offering help? Does a piece of info just click? Does one path forward feel easier somehow?
Trusting those gentle
Yeah,
nudges.
exactly. Those little signs of alignment.
Okay, next is Perthrow, rune of chance, synchronicity, or the unseen. This sounds like letting go of the reins a bit.
Completely. Perthrow is the mystery element. It reminds us that the outcome isn't fully in our control. A big part of the work today is allowing hidden patterns to reveal themselves.
Less forcing answers, more noticing synchronicities.
You nailed it. Trusting the bigger weave of events. Like being a detective, quietly observing clues rather than trying to force a confession. Sometimes the answer just shows up when you make space for it.
Do you have an example? Sometimes synchronicities are hard to spot.
Yeah, like a friend was wrestling with a big work decision, feeling stuck. Then over 2 days, 3 different people, totally unrelated, mentioned the exact same kind of niche training course relevant to her dilemma.
Whoa.
Right? Classic Perthrow, the universe subtly lining things up.
That's amazing. It makes me think, how can we get better at noticing those things? How do we become better detectives for those hidden patterns?
It really comes down to tuning into the subtle stuff. We're often so focused on the loud signals we miss the whispers. Perthrow invites us to pause, reflect, create space.
Maybe journaling.
Journaling helps, yeah. Just noting down weird coincidences. Meditation can help create that open, observant state of mind. It's really shifting from making things happen to being open to receiving what's already unfolding.
Okay. And the last rune, ing was a z.
Ingwas. This brings it home. It's about the culmination of past efforts and the gestation of new potential.
The image is so strong, the fruit is not yet ready to be harvested, but the seed is already whole.
Isn't it? Ingwas is the ultimate reassurance here. It confirms that resolution is forming, unseen, but certain.
So all the challenges, the mysteries from Nathes and Perthrow, they weren't pointless.
Not at all. They are actively preparing something ready to emerge soon. What's cool is how these runes together paint this picture. Endure the challenge, Nathes. Find steady progress within it, Nawaz. Trust the unseen unfolding, Perthrow, knowing something whole is developing, Ingwas.
That image of the unseen whole seed, it really lands.
It does.
But if we can't see the fruit yet, how do we keep faith in that unseen certainty? Especially when it feels like a long, hard road, how do we nurture that trust?
Well, the message across the runes is that the process itself has meaning. Nathes gives clarity. Izwaz helps you find the rhythm. Perthrow teaches trust in the unfolding. Ingwaz then confirms, see? All that work. It's building something. So you nurture trust by engaging with each step consciously. That long, hard road is the fertile ground. It's not blind faith. It's faith earned by engaging with the journey, knowing every step matters.
Okay, that makes sense. Engage with the process.
Yeah.
And to make this even more real, the StoryScope gives us the writer and the hidden seed. It follows someone named Leora.
Yes, Leora's journey is a beautiful illustration. It starts with her riding on a narrow road, hemmed in by thorn and stone, feeling that tension of the journey.
That's the Nathes energy right there, the pressing need, the friction that burned away distraction.
Exactly, and then her experience shifts beautifully into Iwas. Despite the tough road, her horse has this steady, even, unshaken stride.
She leans into its rhythm.
She leans into his rhythm, yeah. That partnership, that trust in motion, becomes the unseen current carrying her forward. It's not her forcing the horse, it's her aligning with its steady pace. Active patience in action.
And then night falls for Leora, and the stars seem to form runic shapes. She feels like days had been cast in the dark.
That's her Perthrow moment. The mystery, chance, things unfolding beyond her immediate sight or control. That sense that some journeys just require surrender to the unknown for a while.
And it all culminates with Ingwas, right? She gets off her horse, feels a pulse in the ground.
Something alive, something becoming, the hidden seed, whole and radiant, waiting for its moment. It connects right back to that core message of unseen potential.
It really mirrors how we might navigate our own challenges where the outcome isn't clear, doesn't it? That need to connect with some kind of inner knowing.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's her big realization, her transformation. Leora understands that the constraint, the long ride, the mystery, none of it wasted. She gets that she was not meant to force the seed from the ground, but to trust that her steady motion had brought her to witness it. Her heart softens. She carries away a seed of faith.
What a beautiful metaphor for trusting the whole process. It really encourages you to think, how does Leora's journey resonate with my own stuff? Those times I faced challenges where the end wasn't in sight.
And if we bring it all together now, the astrology advising us to release mental clutter, verify info, It lines up perfectly with the TarotScopes call to accept limits and trust the unseen, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like clearing the mental fog helps you actually see those subtle perthro signs or recognize the AWS support when it appears.
Exactly. And it gets even more practical. Remember the astrology's harmonious conversations and courage to take action in the morning.
Right.
You can consciously use those within the patience in motion framework from the tarot.
Yeah.
It's not about being stuck in uncertainty. It's about making mindful, steady moves, guided by both the stars and the runes.
So it really emphasizes this isn't passive waiting, it's active patience. Discerning, trusting, moving steadily, even if you can't see the finish line.
That's the empowerment piece.
Yeah.
Even when things feel blocked or delayed, remember, quiet, steady movement is happening beneath the surface. The challenges aren't wasted time. They are preparing the ground. They're part of the ripening.
Wow. Okay. So today's deep dive into September 14th, 2025, it's really shown this powerful connection between the cosmic dance and that ancient wisdom.
Yeah, we've explored how a single day can hold these mental hurdles, but also chances for smooth action.
All while urging us towards this patience in motion, trusting those unseen processes.
Hmm.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Consider what unseen seed might you be nurturing right now. Could be an idea, a relationship, some personal growth.
And what small, patient step can you take today to support its quiet growth? Trusting that often the biggest breakthroughs start as those invisible stirrings in fertile ground.